Bill Vesey is going to talk more about this in just a moment, but there is a gale watch in effect for tomorrow afternoon through Friday, and that's causing a fire weather watch for the coastal bend. 25 to 40 mile an hour winds are expected to develop tomorrow afternoon through Friday, and that's sustained winds. I'm sure they're going to be gusting even higher than that. Experts say despite our recent rains, the winter grasses are drying out quickly and creating a fire danger throughout the area. City Fire Marshal Randy Page says it's really a perfect storm situation.
You're right, we did have a lot of rain, but that rain just allowed the vegetation to grow more. And now as we get into these cold fronts, especially the ones that come through and then dry out afterwards and bring this low humidity, those are the ones that we really are concerned about.
Page urges everyone to avoid driving through high grass and tossing cigarette butts from vehicles and, of course, outdoor burning. And by the way, a gale watch means that we could see wind gusts in the neighborhood of 50 miles an hour. Bill says, though, it's a red flag warning now. Just been downgraded, upgraded to a red flag warning. So he'll have more on that coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah.